Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, gonna be a ZVZ, a long macro one that I found in a replay pack from RJB. This is from 2020. And again, RJB supplies me with excellent replays, so check them out at RJB TV on YouTube. Just search RJB StarCraft, because there's another channel, RJB TV, that has nothing to do with StarCraft, okay? Okay, so topside, we've got a teal Zerg player. It is ggaemo, who Artosis calls very underrated as a Zerg player. And on the bottom right, it's Hyuk, who a very, very good Zerg player, not Jadong level, not Queen level, not Larva level, right? I mean, not winning ASLs or anything, but a very solid Zerg player. Nevertheless, is he better than everybody who's watching this? Probably. Is Jadong watching this? Probably not. Anyway, ZVZ, these things are usually, I don't know, anywhere from 3 to 7 minutes long, and then that's it. But somehow this is longer than that, and I'd love to find out why. Alright, man. Are we overpooling here? Well, no. Actually, 9 pooling on the opening. Oh, okay. ggaemo going for the 9 pool. What's our dude? At least an overpool. If not a straight-up hatch first, which is pretty risky. And a ZVZ, man. I understand the 9 pool here from ggaemo quite well. And there we go. So there's the overpool play. Didn't wait for the hatch first, which is totally fine. Totally reasonable. Anyway, we're just going to speed this up a tiny bit at the beginning because I don't think anything super crazy interesting is going to happen here in the first couple of minutes. We're here on the Neo Sylphid. And there's the hatch timing. Okay. Oh, and really fast layer. Okay, so this is going to be a Mutalisk opening here from ggaemo. And then our other dude, Hyuk, what's he doing, man? Is he just going to die to Lings? He can't just die to Lings. He can't just die to Lings. He's making his own Lings. Okay, so he's going to be all right. These Lings are cruising in. They don't have speed or any... Oh, they almost have speed. Actually, both players almost have speed. That's good. All right, so we're going to do some Ling micro here, which is everybody's favorite thing in the world. They love watching Lings micro against each other, by golly. Super exciting stuff. I mean, if you ever watch ZVZ's professional level, it's like 89% Ling micro. And if... Wait. I thought ggaemo had... Wasn't his... What the heck? Did they both cancel speed and restart it? Is that what happened there? Am I going crazy? Both players were getting metabolic boost and they were both almost done. And they both canceled it. And then immediately restarted it. This is weird. I've never seen that before. Okay, so it's going to be Ling on Ling action. Rah. Get him. Get him. Somebody's going to win Ling on Ling action, I guess. Ugh. Spire's on the way from ggaemo. Lair's not even halfway done. Here from Hyuk. So he's going to need some anti-air of some kind. Whether he gets a Spore out or whether he tries to make some Hydralisks. These Lings are not going to take care of the Mutalisk problem he's going to have in not a very long time at all. Dude, 1 sunken would be amazing here. It's 12 to 9 workers here from Hyuk. That's good. Plus, he has the second base. We're pointing this out. ggaemo does not have a second base. Right? It's 1 base Mutalisk on the opening, which means he can make at most 5 or 6 Mutalisks with this opening. It's like 4. It's going to be closer to 4 here by the time the Spire finishes. 1 gas, period. Not great. Ew. Oh, it's an evolution chamber. I thought it was going to be something else. Thought it was going to be a creep colony, but whatever. It's fine. Who needs static defense in these matchups? So 3 mutas on the way from ggaemo. He's going to be able to make a 4th here in any second now with his 9 drones. And now gets 4. And now gets 4. There it is. Hooray! We win. Woof. So I've been playing a lot of Elden Ring recently in my spare times. It's been good. It's my first Dark Souls style game. It's been fine. I'm learning a lot, having fun, dying a lot. But, you know, I know dying a lot is just part of the Dark Souls experience. I mean, the first boss they throw you out in Elden Ring just murders you. And what they're trying to teach you there is, you're going to die. Get used to it, scrub. And then I got used to it, and it was good. So I'm going strength dex build with a bunch of vigor because I was tired of getting one shot. Double scimitar warrior stuff. It's been really fun. I have to get up in the face of my enemy, which is not something I usually do in games. I really love the sniper style builds where you attack somebody from so far away they don't know that you're there. But in this game, for whatever reason, I just really kind of fell in love with the running up to a giant's ankles and hacking them to pieces until they die. It's fun. It's different. I'm having a good time with it. Just, it's such a big game, too. I don't think I've even seen like a quarter of it. And I'm like 95 hours into it. Anyway. Alright. So this is 2 base versus 1 base. I feel like Hyuk's ahead at this point. He's got his own spire on the way. That's nice. And spores in the main base. And a spore in the natural base. A lot of lings, man. We're going to have a ling flood here if ggaemo tries to expand. This ling says, are you trying to expand? Okay. But once you do, let me know. I'm going to ling flood ya. Second gas being taken. And this is how you get ahead. If your opponent's doing a 1-base spire play. Why are we moving out? Are you planning on getting through this wall of lings? I don't feel like that's possible. Ah, targeting down the extractor. Oh. Did we? Wow. All right, man. So he took down a spore. Headbutting. Headbutting. Oh, man. This is such a good setup for ggaemo. Yeah, Hyuk says, all right, man, cool. I'm just going to go home now if that's okay with you. 13-9 workers. Hyuk still ahead. Super low econ, as all ZVZs are. Still no sign of a second base here from ggaemo at the 7-minute and 40-second mark. So Scourger out here from Hyuk. Second base on the way at 7 minutes and 56 seconds. The Mutaflock here is 11 Mutalisks. Yeah, that Extractor's dead. Not happening, Extractor. We're sorry. You did your best. It's not happening, friends. Not at all. Woof. So second base there. How many lings are... There's a lot of lings, man. But decent number of lings for ggaemo, too. Plus, he has Mutos to assist against ling attacks. Although the Scourger a problem... I don't know. Plus, interestingly enough, going +1 flyer here is ggaemo. We make any. We do have some Mutalisks, and by that I mean there are 3. There are 3 Mutalisks from Hyuk. Losing your second extractor, I guess your first extractor, but losing an extractor of the 2 that you have is a massive problem to your gas economy. I cannot believe ggaemo was able to get this up, man. I thought for sure Hyuk would have enough lings just to run in here and destroy it, and utterly keep ggaemo on 1 base forever and ever. Is that possible? I don't know. But as we all know, this game is not going to be ended anytime soon. You probably saw the runtime on this thing, and that's why you clicked on it. And Extractor dies again, losing the main Extractor for the second time. So it's 1 base, 1 gas to 1 gas. Dude, honestly, like a spore here? Just a spore here. You could have so much gas if you had 1 more spore out. Here we go. Ling's coming in. Who's got... anyone have upgrades? No. The Lings don't get upgrades. Lings are second-class citizens in StarCraft. At least in ZVZ, for sure. And then, yeah, the Mutas come home, and there's Mutas here from Hyuk too. I don't know who's winning Muta versus Muta battles at all. Hey, it looks like Hyuk wins the battle on the ground temporarily, but then ggaemo has enough Mutas to win the air battle, and that's really problematic. So the Lings are resorting to trying to kill drones here, but they can't kill any more before the drones kill them. Which is pretty darn sad. And now it's 40 to 30 total supply. ggaemo has a much bigger army. And he has got a second base, and he's maybe even possibly considering a third base. A third base in ZVZ. What is this heresy, you're probably thinking? Not allowed. Oh, this Mutaflock is so big. So big. Nobody has any upgrades yet. I mean, again, Hyuk's working on +1. Okay, any spore hit here is just massive for Hyuk. He's got to whittle down this Mutalisk count somehow. Reduce that total number of HP. on some level, and he does. The spores are going to help with that a lot. Man, who's going to get a third base in this game? It's tight, man. Like, I know there's way more Mutalisks out for ggaemo, and he's up 44 to 31 total supply, but the spores are doing the work. Actually, ggaemo's catching up in worker count, too, which is real positive for him. Mutas trying to sit in there here in this no-man land, like Corsairs like to do. Corsairs like to fly around in here between the two bases on this map. You know, they don't catch spore hits that way. Hiders have a harder time getting to them. Scourge have a struggle as well. 15 to 16 workers, man, at 11 minutes. ZVZ is the lowest econ matchup in all of StarCraft, without a doubt. It's just, if you drone up, you worry you just get overwhelmed by a bigger Zerg army from your player who didn't drone up. You make one extra round of drones, your enemy shows up with too much stuff for you to handle, and you die. You die. That's why no one's making any drones right now, because it's too scary. It's knife fight in a phone booth stuff here on the ZVZ. Again, making a couple extra drones when you really shouldn't is enough to lose a game. I just cannot imagine the amount of stress these players are under. It's 450 APM for Hyuk and about 350 for our dude ggaemo. Yeah, somebody was like, if you can find a long ZVZ, appreciate it. You've had, you know, some really long TVT the other day. Man, if you like mirror matchups, you like TVTs, you like battle cruisers, check that one out. It's a Fanta versus Didong. And it was last Saturday, so not that long ago. You can go back and check it out. It's in the Gosu, yeah, the Gosu replays playlist. If you ever want to check that out, you ever have like a free Saturday or something, going through the Gosu Gamers replay pack playlist is a really good time. It's just labeled Gosu, I think, under the playlist list. Lings just don't get upgrades. They don't. They're not allowed. +1 attack is done from ggaemo. Sweet. No attack upgrades here from Hyuk. Scourge trying to connect. And my gosh, no. Once again, Hyuk just not able to win these battles. He just doesn't have as many Mutalisks. He doesn't have the Carapace upgrade. Interestingly enough, the +1 attack here from ggaemo. But Scourge versus Scourge? Sure. Oh, beautiful target fire there on one of the Scourge of ggaemo. Any sign of a third base anytime soon, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get one. I really don't. This game. Long ZVZs. We're at 17 and 18 workers at 13 minutes right now. Nobody feels brave enough to try to end this. 62 to 45 supply advantage from ggaemo. That is army. That is almost all army. And it doesn't feel like he can just come in here and win. There's 2 spores, man. There's 2 spores. Got an upgrade advantage. 2 spores exist. Kind of feel like ggaemo could just win here, right? Just A move in here. I don't think the spores can kill him fast enough, especially if you bring some lings along to maybe help kill those quicker. Queen's Nest. Queen's Nest alert. Queen's Nest alert. ggaemo loses an Overlord and a supply block temporarily. That's going to slow him down a tiny bit. But, oh, Defilers. There's your hive. Yes! Yes! If you can plague enemy Mutalisks, it's such an amazing thing. We don't see it. We don't really ever see it on this channel. But you know what? We might get plague Mutalisks today. Oh, that'd be enough to give it an epic tag. I kind of feel like the fact this is still happening at 15 minutes gives it an epic tag. I had a bit of a longer ZVZ within control. Maybe last year sometime. Oh my gosh, there's no ground defense in the natural base. Like us, no lings here at all? That's weird. That's weird. Anyway, but that game was over at 7 minutes. It's just the player who was dead didn't feel like quitting, and the game got dragged out for another 5 or 6. And I was like, okay, so this was pretty standard ZVZ. This is not. This is not pretty standard ZVZ. This is both players are within spitting distance of each other. Nobody feels like they can win right now. And ggaemo's going for his own Queen's Nest. Okay, so he's like, I need a hive, man. He poked in here, saw what was going on with the hive. And was like, yeah, that's going to be bad. Dark Swarm, insanely good in this situation. You roll in with a bunch of Zerglings and some Dark Swarm. Pop, this base is dead. Dead. I wonder if that's the plan. I still think Plague would be insanely good. Just plaguing those mutas and then just waiting for it to tick, tick, tick down and then attacking when they're down to like 4 HP. Woof. Ah, it's a Greater Spire. Okay. Hyuk decides to go for the Greater Spire play instead of the Defiler Mound. So he's getting some Devourers in the mix. Not crazy. Not a crazy play from him at all. Devourers really help against Mutalisks. Mutalisks taking any damage at all is definitely a bonus. That Acid Spore. Acid Spore ability. See how that does. So yeah, 2 base Hive, 2 base Greater Spire. Because taking a 3rd base for either of these players is far too scary. I feel like ggaemo's, you're probably your best bet to get a 3rd, man. He's got the bigger army. A lot of the only reason that our guy Hyuk isn't dead is because he's got a million spores to fall back to. But ggaemo's not relying on that, right? I feel like ggaemo should have a 3rd. I just do. Ensnare's coming in. Love that. Both players getting Ensnare. Yes! Ensnare slowing the Mutalisk speed and their attack speed. They move slower and they attack slower. Hot stuff. Ensnare reduces the attack speed of a lot of units in StarCraft. Not all of them. If you already have a slow attack speed like a tank, then Ensnare doesn't do that to you. But Marines, fast attack speed, Ensnare slows your attack speed down. Mutalisks, definitely. Zerglings, yes. And here we go. We got ourselves 6 Devourers on the way from Hyuk. All right. He's going to try to win this air versus air battle. I think we're going to see purple, and I think we're going to see green here in just a minute. There's got to be some kind of an attack. Scourge trying to see, making sure there's not a 3rd base out there from ggaemo he doesn't know about. And speaking of Artosis here, he's moving to Canada. He tweeted about that a few days ago. He really wants to keep casting GSL, which is a StarCraft 2 tournament you don't care about. But he's could continue casting ASL with Tasteless, right? That's still going to happen. So you don't have to worry about that. But he's leaving Korea. I think he was there for 14-something years. It's a long time. And then he's moving to Canada, which is interesting because he's an American. I don't know why he wouldn't move back to America other than maybe some obvious reasons. America's struggling with some things right now. I mean, Canada has its own struggles. It's got the most expensive housing market in the world right now, so that's not great. All right, man, here we go. Yeah, there's the Ensnare. Doesn't catch the Devourers, but they already have slow attack speed anyway. So they're not affected by the Ensnare. That's really smart by ggaemo. I like it a lot. Scourge doing big bursts of damage against these Devourers is really smart. That's good. Not a terrible idea here at all. All right, man. So the mutas are... I don't even know what's happening right now. We've got Devourers in the mix. We've got things that have Acid Spores on them and the Ensnare on them, too. And it looks like ggaemo's going to hold this no problem. No prob, Bob. Is he going to lose a bunch of his Mutalisks? Yes. Do they have 6 Acid Spores on them? Uh-huh. And these mutas, I don't know. These mutas are actually doing better because of the Acid Spore ability. Dude, is he going to win this? He's going to win this battle. Thanks to the Devourers. Wow. It's 47-42 supply, and Hyuk taking a lead. 3rd base, though, from ggaeemo. Really, really important right now. What are you doing up here, ggaeemo? Trying to not die to Scourge, mostly. That was fun. That was a really, really good battle. But this is important. This is important. What's another long ZVZ that I've cast? There was one with Castro. Oh, Castro versus Lenok. On, I think it was Fighting Spirit that I cast. That one turned into a ton of mutas and Devourers. And there were Queens there too, obviously. And I think we got some Plague in that game. Dude, ggaeemo. Big time move. Oh, Forces actually kills it. Did he straight up kill that? Dude, these Lings have Adrenal, I think, but they don't have any attack or armor upgrades at all. Dude, the 3rd base. No. Lings are making sure this base is extra super dead, I guess. Why do you need to bring a million more Lings into this location? I don't know. Lings rolling in. Oh, yeah, look at this. We're going to just casually take down your... Dude, you can't lose a Spore to a single Zergling. Hey! You're losing everything to Zergling. This is bad. This is all of a sudden very, very bad for Hyuk. Nobody has any upgrades for the Lings today. They're not bothering. Dude, but it's Adrenal. Adrenal's done for ggaeemo, and he's winning These ground battles against these non-adrenal lings. Oh, but the defensive Mutalisks are here. Spores keep dying to these lings. They're killing drones too. Muy excelente. Yes, getting adrenal lings into your enemy's natural is a sick move. So ggaemo, he's got a third base. Hyuk doesn't. That's your GG, right? I don't see a way that Hyuk wins this unless he can just absolutely roll over ggaemo's army right now. Which, in all honesty, maybe he can do. Beautiful ensnare. That queen died. Do mutas have upgrades yet? Still no upgrades from Hyuk on his dudes. I don't know why. These are 3 carapace, 1 attack mutas from ggaemo. Why would you not spend any money on upgrades, Hyuk? Oh, he's getting ground carapace and he's getting his own adrenal. His own adrenal is done now. Interesting, interesting. So now it's adrenal versus adrenal 0-0 lings. Absolutely hilarious. And is there enough to defend against the oncoming adrenal? Oh, there is not, actually. Big muta battle here, but I think this is more what Hyuk is going for. He's going to take down that spore, sunken super fast. Plague! Oh, we do get a plague. Oh, Hyuk's mutas got plagued. That's massive. That's really big stuff here. Ling's actually going to retreat from this position. He was hoping that his mutas could keep the mutas of ggaemo busier longer. Again, losing a spore to a handful of lings is not as bad as losing a spore to 1 zergling. Not as shameful. Third base coming in from Hyuk. All right, all right, all right. But these mutas have such good upgrades. I honestly wouldn't even try to keep up in the Mutalisk fight today. Just get Ling upgrades, man. Oh, good. Kill the Defiler. Kill the Defiler. Kill the I guess maybe he could plague you? He had the energy for it? Hatchery Ling's too smart. They do. Did they kill the Defiler? Nope. Saved. Saved by the bell. Saved by the Mutalisks there. Ling's chasing drones down. It's 25 to 14 workers all of a sudden. Third base under attack again from Hyuk. He dealt with a handful of lings, but now more are coming. And these 2 Mutalisks with, again, no upgrades at all. Really shouldn't be able to do this. I like that we're researching Burrow from ggaemo. I'm a big fan of Burrow. It should be used more often. Yeah, can these lings kill this hatchery before these mutas kill them? No. Can they take it down to an uncomfortable level? Absolutely. Would another group of like 10 zerglings kill this? Absolutely. Ooh, the Sunken's done though. Sunken's done, and there are defensive lings here, and they've got, well, they almost have an armor upgrade. My gosh, armor upgrades take forever for the Zergs. Ground Carapace, man, not a fast upgrade at all. Neither is attack while we're at it. Plague's on the way from Hyuk. This is great. This is so intense. I can't imagine playing a ZVZ that's 23 minutes long. Just like, if I catch a plague wrong, or if I just catch a scourge to the face, I just lose. And micro against that is so rough. Lings from Hyuk are coming up to murder the third base of ggaemo, but also lings from ggaemo are trying to kill the third base of Hyuk. It's poetry. It rhymes. Third base of ggaemo is saved by Mutalisks, and the third base of Hyuk is saved by a sunken colony. Yes. 56 to 52 total supply. Hyuk is up in, wow, it's 11 drones remaining from ggaemo. That seems problematic if you're trying to win a match of StarCraft. 11 workers at 24 minutes when your opponent has 26. Seems like a massive problem. 2 Sunkens versus Adrenalings. 0-0 Adrenalings, man. Drones, fight, save it. Not saving it. Oh, he's going to lose this base. No, hang on. The Lings are attacking spores instead of trying to take down the hatchery. That's probably a mistake. Hey, the +1 carapace is done on Hyuk's Lings. He's winning Ling battles now. Hooray! Dude, he's sending Ling armies out at this point, and by that I mean there are 8 of them. It's not exactly like he's sending 50 Lings across the map. No, you can't afford 50 Lings in a ZVZ. Look at this, though. Oh, you think do you know what upgrades I have? Says Hyuk. Oh, yeah. Just winning these Ling battles easily. Why would you even come in here? It's just donating Zerglings, man. This is continuing to donate Zerglings. ggaemo. Careful, man. You're just okay. All right. Okay. Now the mutas are like, we can take down 2 very injured spores, right? And the answer is we can finish off the hatch, maybe? Maybe. Yeah. Okay, man. It just makes a couple Zerglings for base defense down here. This is... I would say this is scrappy, but ZVZs are always scrappy. They're just never a ZVZ where it's like, all right, we're comfortably sitting on 4 bases now. Nothing much has happened for the first 10 minutes. No, this is nuts. Okay, now the 3rd base. I've said it's dead for a while now. It's definitely dead now. Way too many Lings showed up. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Reinforcing Zergling. Oh my gosh, I keep calling this base dead, and then Hyuk's like, no. I like how both players have 3rd bases and nothing mining is happening from it at all. Actually, I lied. ggaemo's got a single drone working it. Ooh, 3 drones working it. That's fantastic. I don't know if I care as much about the Mutalisk Scourge stuff as I do the Zergling stuff, because the Zergling stuff's amazing. I think Hyuk's going to win this game now. I think getting that Carapace upgrade and helping his Lings win these battles against the enemy Lings that ggaemo is not ever going to give upgrades to because his Mutas are 3-1. But I think winning the Ling battles is super key here. He's making good trades. He's killing enemy Lings and not losing everything that he has. Wow, that one actually pretty poorly. Dude, losing the 3rd base, though. I don't know. I don't know. Hyuk's going for +1 attack on his Zerglings, which is hilarious. Is that a plague sound? I think I heard a plague sound. Oh my gosh, he saved it again. His spores are gone, so if the Mutas run back in here, it's over. Lings trying to get on in here. They got the +1 attack, and oh, it is a plague on these Mutas. Oh, that's important. Dude, ggaemo's Mutas are plagued now. 55 to 48 supply, 24 to 14 workers. Still no mining is happening at the 3rd base of Hyuk, which seems like an absolute problem. Oh, he just transferred 2 drones over. Maybe he's going to make spores. He's got to make spores with them, doesn't he? Dude, these Mutas. Oh, that was good micro. That was great micro. But now if enemy Mutas show up, you really can't fight them, even if there's only a couple, because you've been plagued. You've been plagued. ggaemo really wants this base to die for absolutely, utterly understandable reasons. Man, sometimes just having numbers matters, y'all. Do those Lings have upgrades for Hyuk? Yeah. Are there no upgrades from ggaemo? Yes. But sometimes if 5 Lings roll into 2 Lings and the 2 Lings have better upgrades, it doesn't really matter. Dude, this base is I cannot explain to you. I can. I've called this base dead about 17 times. It refuses to die. It has 300 HP, man. 300 HP. This 3rd base still has 3 drones mining at it from ggaemo. That's fantastic. The upgrades are better from Hyuk, but he's just getting overwhelmed by superior numbers of Lings, and Hyuk leaves the game! GG! ggaemo wins this thing in 28 minutes of just nonstop insane action. And it was this. He was able to get 3 drones mining at his 3rd base. And Hyuk never got that. He was never allowed it in the entire game. Plus, his Mutas just had better upgrades. 3 Carapace and +1 attack is awesome. I'm pretty sure Hyuk's Mutas... Did Hyuk ever get upgrades for Mutas at all? And yeah, Hyuk went for the 1-1 upgrades for his Lings, but just got out macroed. You can have better upgrades, but if you're outnumbered 6-1, it doesn't really matter, does it? I need to check... I just need to check the Muta upgrades real quick. So hit that like button if you enjoyed that. That was fun. 28-minute nonstop insane ZVZ. Plagues got tossed down. We got Devourers in this game. Where are the Mutas of Hyuk? Did he just lose all of them? It's entirely possible he just lost all of his Mutas. Because again, I wasn't as super impressed or interested in the Mutalisk play in this game, and maybe I should have been. Wow, it's a lot of dead. A lot of dead Lings, but held. But held. Yeah, do I need to go further back if I'm going to check the Mutalisk upgrades? I'm pretty sure it's 0-0, but I'd really like to know. I'd really like to find out. That was the sound of an ensnare through fast forward. So these Mutas are happy. The brown players' Mutalisks still entirely failed to exist. Oh, no, they're down here. Wait, were they down here later too? Yeah, 0-0, man. 0-0. Okay, hold on. I got to see what happens to these. Do they just does he forget they exist? Speed up. Yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. I mean... It is a... Okay, he just... Transfer some drones in. This attack happens. He holds it. The mutas are a problem, but they have been plagued. And he only sends one muta after them. Does he forget about these boys? He's got 8 mutalisks down here. And that... I guess he just doesn't win. Okay, yeah, he just doesn't win this battle as drones are under attack. He can't connect with Scourge on these mutas because ggaemo's micro is insanely good. His drones are running and getting murdered. He's gonna lose this base now. He just can't. I keep saying that. The base is fine again. He's got 8 mutas down here. I don't know what's good. Why? These okay? Is it because these lings are cruising in? This is such a weird ending. Yeah, Hyuk's down 12 supply, and that's it. He GG's out. His mutas that were down here just never got any play. Wow. That game went back and forth about 7 times, where I thought I knew who was going to win. But no. Amazing. Like one of the better games I've ever cast. It's a ZVZ, 28 minutes. 28. That's like 4 times more than most ZVZs. 4x minutes. These guys are plagued. You've got mutalisks down here. I don't know. Maybe he's just mad that his 1/1 lings aren't completely just like one Zergling can kill, you know, 10 enemy lings that don't have upgrades. Is that the thing? Maybe it is. There's a surprising amount of money left in the main base of ggaemo. That's interesting. I don't know. ZVZ is a weird beast, man. When it goes 28 minutes, it gets weirder. So GG, that was pretty magnifique. 111,000 points there for Hyuk, 109 for ggaemo. Again, there's this recent trend of players who lose having higher scores than the players who win. I don't know what it is. It's been consistently a thing over the last week or so on the channel. I don't get it. But, I mean, ggaemo killed more units. He got outproduced, but he killed more, so that's great. Again, there were 8 mutas sitting down there that Hyuk maybe forgot about. Buildings raised was a 10-3 by ggaemo. It was maybe going to kill that 3rd base at some point in the future. Hyuk outspent ggaemo by a full 4,000 resources in 28 minutes. That should have... I just keep going back to it. I just keep going back to those mutalisks, the 8 mutas that were sitting down there. I know they were out upgraded, but our dude... But the enemy mutas were plagued. Man. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Hyuk could have won that game? I think he could have won that game. Should he have won that game? Maybe. Maybe yes. But completely neglecting all of the upgrades on your mutas is maybe not the way to do it. Maybe not. All right. I mean, that was fantastic. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm giving it an epic tag. How about that? Epic tag ZVZ, 28 minutes. Woof. All right, cool. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.